Let's turn our attention to a stock that we've been talking a lot about over the last 24 hours, Brian, and that is Twitter. Take a look at where they're trading today, extending their gains from yesterday, up about 4.7% on the back of yet more news, with a new SEC filing revealing that Elon Musk will now join Twitter's board of directors after taking that 9.2% stake in the company. Twitter CEO Parag Agrawal tweeting out this morning in response to the news, "I am excited to share that we have appointed Elon Musk to our board. Through conversations with Elon in recent weeks, it became clear to us that he would bring great value to our board." He goes on to say he is both a passionate believer and intense critic of the service, which is exactly what we need at Twitter and in the boardroom to make us stronger in the long term. Welcome, Elon. And Brian, we've seen Elon Musk and Parag Agrawal kind of going back and forth, friendly, I would say, friendly banter on what else? Twitter.
Yep. Yeah, and we heard from Elon, too. He said, looking forward to working with Parag and Twitter board to make significant improvements to Twitter in coming months. So, look, they're getting along already. But we have to keep in mind, look, this is just the beginning of what could be a very interesting dynamic on that board as he does take that seat for a few reasons. The first being, obviously, we know that Elon is a loose cannon, not just on Twitter, but generally speaking. One day he might wake up with a funny idea and want to implement it. He's already joked about implementing an edit button on the platform, which actually, to be fair, a lot of people would want. But one important nuance of the announcement today is that there's an agreement as part of the 8K filing that Twitter used to disclose that he took on a seat at the board, a seat on the board. Also includes a provision that says that he cannot own more than 14.9% of the company's stock at any time during the 90-day point after taking on this seat. So it does seem to be a bit of a defensive play from Twitter to make sure Elon doesn't take a full majority stake here. But again, this is just really the beginning of this very interesting story.
Yeah, I mean, he is still the largest shareholder, just given that 9.2% stake. And of course, his term in that SEC filing shows that it's going to run through 2024. But Brian, I'd be curious to think, it sounds like you're in favor of an edit button.
I'm not in favor of an edit button because it would just be a huge mess. Like, Twitter's already a disaster, but if you have an edit button, you can see people's second, third iterations of something that they've already posted. I'm not sure how helpful it is. I feel like it'd be better without the edit button because it makes people kind of think before they hit tweet, which not all of us do, but I don't know about you. I probably could use a little bit more due diligence.
I think that we should be able to correct our misspelled words. Let's put it that way. We're not, the most provocative tweeters, although sometimes Brian's got hot takes. But it's an interesting conversation. I think a lot of people, obviously, as every time Elon Musk tweets, people see what the reaction is.
This is never going to end. This is never going to end, is it? Like, we're going to be talking about Elon Musk and tweets until like 2050.
I don't know about 2050. I give it the rest of the week. No question, we're going to be talking about it.
At least that, yeah, you're right.
Because of the pop we've seen in Twitter. And again, that stock is up about 4.7%.